Alright, got another sunny day working on my truck. I finished up the C-notches, got it all welded all the way around. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 20 different welds you got to do on a C-notch to get them in there nice and neat and complete. Went ahead and I've got some same kind of steel that I had from making the C-notches, but this is basically a 2x4. And this is 1/8 inch steel, not quarter, but it's enough to do framework. I went ahead and made my cross member on the back side of the C-notch, and then using the same steel I'm making half boxes frames, and these will go right here to create my upper bag mount. Now the way I've got this set up, because of the rims that I have, it's basically only a 3-inch step up. The 3-inch step up will allow me to lay frame with about 1 inch of space between the axle and the bottom of that C-notch. So when the axle comes up, it'll be 1 inch from the C-notch. What that allows me is, on the inside, it allows me about 3.5 inches of space to be able to put my bag mount on the axle and a top plate up inside that square, and my bag will compress up into the framework, so when I'm laid out you won't see my bag. And that's what I'm looking for. A lot of other people do a showing bag. I'm going to do a hidden bag, and then I'll end up doing a cross member up and across right there, and then I'll be able to triangulate my upper bars for the 4-link back to the axle, and then I'll do just a straight link bar from the original leaf spring mount to the underside of the axle, and that'll be how my setup is going to be. This will also allow basically a square cutout spot for my upper 4-link bars to be able to get in there. Once the upper 4-link bars come up, they'll miss these two. Also, the other square that I'm going to put in on this side will also serve as the new tank mount. Once I get it up, the tank mount will be able to bolt straight up to the end of that, and that'll allow me to get my tank up higher. So in the event that I do drag, or if I decide to, my tank will actually be relocated up about 3 inches from where it was. Not the front, but the rear. And usually you're lowering your rear down to the ground to drag anyway, so therefore my tank will be up off the ground. Enough explanation. That's 3 minutes. I'm sure you're bored by now. Use your triangle and your welder and anything else you got, and take your time, do what you got to do, and get it done. You see me, it's taking me forever, huh? Alright, got the bag mounts in place, got them welded up. The tank comes with two tank mounts. So all I did was I cut the one off, that way that can go up into my bag mount. Now I left 1 inch of room all the way around my bag, so that's not going to pose a problem, because I'll just center it up so that it doesn't hit that. But then that way the tank mount's hidden too, and then the tank just kind of floats there without any bolts showing. I'll drill a big hole on this side and then a smaller hole going through, so that I can use the same bolt hole that's on the tank mount, so it comes all the way through, and then I'll just cut the bolt off on this side to make it flush. When I got it up in there, it wasn't exactly straight, so I went ahead and beat the top of it to make it round around the framework there. But you see now how it's all starting to come together. Got my bag mounts in place, my C-notches in place. Now I got to make a cross member going across the top over there in the back. That way I can make my upper link bars. My lower link bars, like I said, will go to those. But first thing I'm going to do before that is, I haven't flipped my leaf springs. Now flipping the leaf springs, see how the leaf spring goes around and it coils under and over. Well, if you flip them, then the leaf spring goes up and around, which allows you... Alright, I wanted to show you real quick. when you do this, flipping your leaf spring, you have to put the overload bar on the other side. Well, it's going against the curve. So drop a bolt down through for guide, and then use a C-clamp and clamp it all the way together. That way you don't have to keep clamping it over and over and over and over again, and you get it straight the first time. Alright, tip of the day. You ever had a problem after taking your U-bolts back off after you've cut them? You know, you cut them to make them so that they don't drag on anything. Well, your U-bolts, when you cut them, when they're on there, you end up cutting them crooked and you cutting them all messed up. And so when you take them back off, and before you put them back on, make sure you cut them straight again. Okay, once you cut them straight, then take your angle grinder and just kind of shave off at an angle the tips, all the tips. And what that'll do is that'll set it back up so that it's easy to put your bolts back on. Okay, I still got the front end up where I don't have any camber on the wheels. But there it is. This is flipped leaf springs. Well, they're monoed and flipped. C-notch and the bag mounts are in place. I just got to put the top plates in for the bags once I get ready for those. But I could only put a 1-inch block back in place. When you flip your leaf springs, it drops it almost 4 inches. Brings it down almost 4 inches. The only thing I'm going to have a problem with now is that right there, my pinion angle. My pinion angle is horrible, and I'm not going to buy any wedges because I'm not driving it very far. But this is where I'm sitting now. Everything that's about 2 to 3 inches off the ground. If I was to have put the 3-inch blocks, the frame would have been on the ground. 2-inch blocks would put me an inch off the ground probably. Once I lower the front end, I'm not sure exactly where the frame's going to be sitting. But there you go. I am one wore out son of a bitch. Weekend done. Got my next updates on what I wanted to do this weekend. I got my tank mount hung, so now I can actually drive it. I don't know if I can even get out the driveway. So anyway, thank you for watching again. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Leave your comments down below. Questions, anything. If I can't answer it, I might be able to lead you in the right direction, or I'll do some research and I'll get you the answer. But anyway, at this rate, this weekend's done. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I think I got to start on the bed. Either that or I might Z the frame. And if I Z the frame in the rear, well, anyway, those are the next updates. Talk to you later. Thank you very much for watching.